Hello and welcome to Fortified City TV Roundtable. This is the program where we discuss different issues, and our current discussion is on the Constitution of the Republic of Liberia. And so this is the Constitutional Reform Forum. And it's good to be back, and we are glad that you are joining us. So stay tuned as we dive into our discussions for today. I want to welcome our panelists and co-hosts to another edition of Fortified City TV Roundtable. First, I want to welcome Mr. Griffiths and
Thank you.
just give us your opening comments as we move around the table.
Good day in radio land and on the internet, fellow Liberian home and in the diaspora. We are here again to explain the Constitution of Liberia to the people of Liberia concerning Article 6 of the Constitution. That is the Republic of Liberia ensuring that all Liberians have access to equal education. But as of today, September 16, 2024, that goal has not been met. So we're going to discuss how we're going to achieve the goal to inform the Liberian people and their role to achieving that goal, and not just leaving it to their elected official. Thank you.
Thank you so much.
You're welcome.
Kwame?
Thank you very much again. Another fascinating conversation for the facility in the roundtable pertaining the Constitution. We look forward to a fascinating one, folks. Watching online via YouTube, TikTok, Facebook. We want to encourage you that you should share the lives. Those are in reading land. We encourage you to partake because this has to do with our country and has to do with the rule of law. Thank you very much.
Thank you too. Thank you, Kwame. Today, like we said earlier, we will be discussing Article 6 of the Liberian Constitution, and I just want to read that briefly. Article 6 says the Republic shall, because of the vital role assigned to the individual citizens under this Constitution for the social, economic, and political well-being of Liberia, provide equal access to educational opportunities and facilities for all citizens to the extent of available resources. Emphasis shall be placed on the mass education of the Liberian people and the elimination of illiteracy. That's the Constitution, Article 6. So my first question here tonight or today, how will the government, what do you think? How do you think the government prioritize education in the allocation of the resources? Because that's what it says in the Constitution. I will start with graphics.
Yes. Number 1.1, the government of Liberia should have a roadmap, a plan, how to address the educational needs of all Liberians throughout the entire length and breadth of Liberia. That's number 1 roadmap. Number 2, the implementing partner. How the Ministry of Education that enshrined in the Constitution will use her office or department to extend this. So, we want the Liberian government to be able to allocate how education being expanded. That is, for example, we have University of Liberia located in Monserrate County. How will another university be built in another county? For example, we got a Tottenham University in Maryland County. Do we have a university in Nimba? No. Grand Kimau? No. Grand Bassa? No. So, the Ministry of Education should endeavor to advocate to the Liberian government the shortcoming in the educational budget and give them the reason for which they are not being able to extend equal access of education. I only spoke about the university level, but how about the kindergarten, the primary school, the secondary school, and the high school level before we talk about tertiary education? So, the Ministry of Education again should bring a roadmap to be able to show the Liberian people how they're going to build new government schools so that all Liberians can have access to equal education. Thank you.
I want to ask Kwame the same question. In your own opinion, or how do you think the government will prioritize education in the allocation of resources? How?
Thank you very much. Very easy, too easy. Easy in the sense that every counties have education officer, what we call CEO, county education officer. Every district has what we refer to as DO, district educational officer. And those zero schools that are in those districts put up their plan and their financial plan, what's the effort going to be their goals, going to send it to the Ministry of Education. Now, how can that be done? It is very easy. The Ministry of Education, first of all, after Ministry of Health, is the second ministry in the Republic of Liberia that receive highest funds and donations to the partners, international partners are coming to help. Those funds need to be allocated to the county CEO, which is the county educational officer, that's going to distribute them to the district at the district level, that schools in the districts themselves can be able to benefit. Now, let me use River G County for example. The last time we checked in River G, they only have one high school called Tuajikli High School. Now, River G have over 15 uh, uh, statutory district when it relates to education purposes. Now, you will find people coming from Swaboswaken, coming from River, coming from Kutuken, coming from Kamyekin, coming from all places just to go to Fishtown, to go to a J-Play for them to graduate from high school. Can you imagine that? The constraint. So that equal access is not being applied to our people, especially in the lead world. So it's too easy for them to do it, right? They have the form. Government first of all is going to increase the educational budget. Or notwithstanding, there are funds coming from abroad, coming from international partners that are coming to Ministry of Education. They should first of all see the reason that schools in the rural areas, first of all, need to be constructed the way a school need to be constructed, provide stationary materials, educational materials, and then encourage teachers to go to the rural area to be able to teach our children, teach our people, so that our people can get the best and adequate education. In the absence of that, we are yet to struggle. So those plans need to be on the book. How to distribute the money? The money is there. People can say, "Oh, government allots more money for education," but do you know how many international partners you say give you almost $500,000 annually
Mm.
to the education ministry? So they need to buckle up and forget about the corruption, forget about making their account, the personal attachment, And see to it, that issue in the constitution, I have to say, with the extent of resources, it is laughable. It is laughable in the sense that it is not in the interest of the ordinary people, because those that are in power, their children are not in Liberia. So they don't want to prioritize the educational system that are in Liberia. But the government are supposed to subsidize even schools that are in the private sectors. So government schools by rest don't have everything. Liberia is a country with small population. Look at Sierra Leone. Sierra Leone have more population than Liberia. Why is Sierra Leone is on the right trajectory?
Hmm. Thank you. So, Mr. Griffiths,
Yes.
how do you think government should balance the need for education with other competing priorities? Well, I mean, competing priorities, we're talking about healthcare, we're talking about infrastructure development, and so forth. How you think government should balance the need for education with other competing priorities?
Every department of government is essential to the Liberian state and republic. And each department, be it public work, health, and the Ministry of Education that we're talking about, all deserve utmost priority. I want to emphasize that the House of Representatives has a role to play in promoting education throughout the Republic of Liberia because this is the only branch of government that has statutory representation through all the districts of Liberia, and all those that comes to the House of Representatives knows where they come from. If the Ministry of Education is not doing her job to provide equal access of the available limited resources that are available for education, it is the legal obligation of the House of Representatives to summon the Minister of Education or the county representative of the Ministry of Education to give a review or accountability or to speak to the Liberian House of Representatives what is going on. Because when the Liberian House of Representatives can bring out the the worker of the Ministry of Education throughout the county to come to the capital building and get account of their experience. It will be well documented. And then when budget is being formulated for the next year, the data that are collected will be taken into consideration to increase the budget of the Ministry of Education based on the merit of the demand that it is not okay for people in another district to be going about 20 to 30 miles in the country where road network is almost non-existent. People are walking 1 hour, 2 hours just to attend school and return back. Not many Liberians can do that. So one of the main way forward is for the ministry, no, for the House of Representatives to begin to summon. And when I say summon, it's not in a contentious way, it's not in the argumentative way. Fast funding, that's what I'm talking about. Peaceful fast funding. I say, hey, the educational ministry representative, for example, in River G, in Bapolo, or in Grand Kimau, we want you guys to come to Morovia according to this time. We want to know your experience, the challenges that you are going through.
Okay, let's go back to the question, Mr. Toad. The question was, how should, in your own mind, how should the government balance the need for education with other competing priorities? There are other priorities that government have. So how can
Yes,
they, you know, how can they balance it with, because they have to, they talk about mass education, they talk about eliminating illiteracy. So how can they balance the need for education with other, priorities like healthcare? Healthcare is very important. And when it
yes,
comes to infrastructure development, we are way behind. So how can the
yes.
government balance that?
They can balance it through the information gathering and also the government reducing some wasteful government bonuses that they give to senior government officials. For example, in the Republic of Liberia, apart from the huge salary being collected by the lawmakers, by the ministers, by deputy ministers, by head of various departments, if they are traveling, they get traveling allowances, they get lodging allowances. Even though some nurses in the rural county do not have salary, they are working as volunteer. So one of the ways is to cut too many of the bonuses that senior officials receive because government resources are limited, and I will be very honest about it. Resources are limited. So some of the bonuses, some of the gas slave that senior government officials receive, I think it's about time that we look ourselves in the mirror to reduce some of those bonuses and the allowances, travel allowances. I think those can help to build some school in some of those districts. Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Todd. The same question, Kwame. The question was, how should government balance the need for education with other competing priorities such as healthcare and infrastructure development?
Look, Pastor Patient, this is very, very simple. In fact, government itself is not prioritizing any of those substantive issues that should be a pillar for any kind of country. You put 48.5 million in the library in the 2024 budget. The education budget is 48.5 million, right? In the budget, you are joking. You are joking. You want to allot 1.5 million to private university. We have over 10 private universities just in Montserrat County. We don't want to talk about other counties. You are joking. The government is not ready. The government does not even have priority. Barack Obama said, I mean, show me your budget. I'll tell you what is your priority. The government is not even prioritizing health. They're not prioritizing education. They're not prioritizing agriculture. They're not prioritizing security. They're not prioritizing tourism. They what they do is that they have diverted almost all of the money into our reoccurring expenditure. Okay, how can you take almost 80% of the budget and you put into salary? Now, who actually those salaries are going to? They're going to presidential appointees, those elites that come just to collect and definitely go. The uh, civil servants are not getting anything. So in fact, there's no competing priorities. They are just feeding themselves. They are making their accounts. They are buying the luxuries of vehicle. Can you imagine? Our house of edits going to begin just in 2 days to spend on the 5K. So participation, there's no competing priority. There's no competing priority in it, just for their own selfish gain because Ministry of Health is down, Ministry of Agriculture is down, tourism is down, security they are also complaining. So they don't even have a competing priority. What they have is greed. What they have is enriching themselves, putting all the money into traveling, putting all the money into travels, putting all the money into enjoyment, taking the money and spending 45K on a legislator. Why? Our public schools in most Moroccan county don't have chairs, don't have benches. For the 8.5 million, it's just small. For all the schools in the Republic of Liberia, it's just small. So in my mind, there's no competing priority. Because if you ask me what actually government is really prioritizing, if they don't prioritize their security, if they're not prioritizing health, if they are not prioritizing tourism, if they are not prioritizing agriculture, tell me what are they? Is there any competing priority? No, in my mind, no. I don't care what someone may have dissenting opinion on that. They don't have competing priority. Our government for Ika Memorial does not have competing priority. What they do is they want to satisfy themselves, they want to milk their account, they want to enrich themselves. They don't care about they don't even care about what the country going to be in the next 2 years. They don't care. And this is not just about this government. This is not just about this government. We saw Mother Salif coming to power. She did not do anything. At the end of the day, she said the education is a white trash in Liberia. That's what she said. But she was leading the country for more than 10 years, for 12 consecutive years. What has she done to make sure our education be on par with the country like Sierra Leone, be on par with the country like Ghana? Can you imagine Liberia, the only country that is not giving PhD? This is sad this is very, very sad for our country. John reacting to power. It did not increase the educational budget. Same with this government. So let me conclude. They don't have competing priorities. Transportation, all they have is to enrich themselves. That's all. Thank you.
Thank you so much. According to UNESCO, let me just read it. According to UNESCO, estimates in 2022 puts literacy rate of Liberia at 48.3%. Other literacy, especially in rural areas, is 34%. This includes 48.4% for male and 21.1% for female. So my question here is, what initiatives should be implemented to promote adult education and lifelong learning? What should be some of the initiatives that government should, you know, should implement so that there can be adult literacy and lifelong learning? People keep learning, because the illiteracy rate is high. Mr. Griffiths.
Yeah, so there are so many factors that hidden a grown person, male or female, and make them to not have the appetite for continual learning.
Mm-hmm.
For example, their marriage comes responsibility, children's comes by, roof over the head, food on the table, lack of availability of high quality paying job.
Mm.
All these things are on the shoulder. And Liberia has failed her people on every matrix of good governance.
Mm.
Our welfare system in Liberia is non-existent. So, parents don't have a breathing room, and therefore they sacrifice their dreams and vision for their younger children. Many Liberian parents will say, as for me, my time has passed for education, but you, my child, the little one that I have, it better I give it to you for you to go to school instead of me, the parent, going to school. So the challenge is very there unabated. And this is why we need an organized government to be able to listen to the pain, suffering and struggle of the citizen so that together we can rise up to build that nation. So I will stop there for my brother to continue.
Kwame will talk about what initiative should be implemented to promote adult education and lifelong learning.
Very, very quickly. One we have to do with first of all, seeing the need that there should be mass, literacy and mass education for the ordinary people. First of all, there should be a need. There should be an urgency. Okay. Number two, the government has to uh like in Ghana, President Nana Akufo came with subsidizing high schools. Okay, this government now needs to do the same, so that we can have more people going to school. Now, how many of our people having the opportunity for them to even WIAC up to now, they are not even giving the fees for WIAC. That's why WIAC have not even given the results. The results would have been answered. Everything. Government is owing
Mm.
WIAC. Government is owing WIAC. Now, AMD Zion is the only cheapest university right now in Nairobi, paying at the rate of $15 per credit hour. So tell me, if you don't have money in Liberia, you will not able to go to post-secondary school. You will not able to go to university if you don't have money. Government failed to all that. How do you allot 1.5 million for private university? How will you allot 1.5 million? Possible cannot be. So they don't even have a vision for adult literacy. What they need to do is first of all increase the budget of the patient, increase the budget of education, make sure that teachers are paid on time, make sure that the community colleges and the various capitals are well supported. First, when you first don't pay $5 per credit hour, people get to know you, the money skyrocketed. You understand me? Make sure that adult literacy becomes a priority. But if you do not want to do that, what about those that are coming up? Liberia is one of the countries in West Africa that high school is very, very expensive. I was speaking with somebody 2 days ago and saying that they pay almost $2,000 just for somebody that's in the 10th grade in a private school. Because the private school fee that government is not giving them what they need to give them, so they come up with their prices. So first of all, in order to create adult literacy, according to your question, is to increase the budget for education. After you have done that, make sure that your private schools are subsidized to the level. When you have done that, make sure you bring in skilled learning institutions. The government talked about the RCT program. It's a mere joke to take somebody for 2 weeks training and you say that RCT.
Mm.
That is a computer literacy program. This is a joke. It's completely form of the Liberian people. So our leaders, they said, don't even have that plans. Now, if they are serious, they should increase the budget for education first, because the money people can work with transportation. If you come with all
Yeah,
the ideas and there's no money, it will not be implemented. Now we
that's
have
right.
this forum. We have this forum which is unique in the length and breadth of Liberia. For the facility is only the roundtable discussion is the only platform that discuss the constitution and way forward. Everybody talking about politics here and there. How many people are coming to support this campaign? How many?
Mm.
The government itself does not care. They don't. They don't. The other time you worry about the road safety thing. What is it today? They said they were championing. What is it today? So our people need to change the mindset. If they don't change the mindset of the patient, we just, we are going nowhere. I can come with all the suggestions here, Mr. Griffith can come with all the suggestions, you can come with all the suggestions. If there is no money in the budget, then we are going, then we just talk because we want to talk. Lastly, since President Barker came to power, you are making over 12 trips, 12 to 13 trips, all that MOU. Now, the last trip he carried almost 30, 31 plus human being. Do you know how much of that person pay on a jet for their hotel reservation and everything? When schools in a nearby in Kawe, public schools in Kawe, do not have benches. They don't have the people children are sitting on the bricks. So first of all, they should prioritize education first. They should increase the budget before we you must come and telling them what is the way forward of the initiative for adult literacy. They don't even have that on the book. So we need to petition them. We need to call on them. We need to call on our lawmakers. We need for the people to speak. We need for the people to be aware of the Constitution, for them to know what is written there, and find a way forward, and make the way forward, and find good leaders, new faces that have dream and vision for the country. Because most of these people, population, you know, if it's a grievous and folks in real land, those are watching on now, we know that most of our leaders here are not even in our country. So they don't care about education. They don't. How can you still be owing wife? How can you still be owing wife for how many years you have not paid?
That's good.
Yeah. So let me come in, butcher my brother.
Before you come in, time is fast spent, and there's just one more question before we take our closing remarks. And I want to start with Griffiths. I want to start with the article itself. Article 6, I think we all read that article. I want you to want to hear your view, or what do you think? Because this forum is a constitutional reform forum. Do you think this article should be amended? Because this article, it reads that the Republic shall, because of the vital role assigned to the individual citizens under this constitution for the social, economic, and political well-being of Liberia, provide equal access to education, opportunities, and facilities for all citizens to the extent of available resources. Emphasis shall be placed on the mass education of the Liberian people and the elimination of illiteracy. Is there anything in this article that you think should be changed?
Yeah, the article itself does not mandate the Liberian government to provide equal access of education to all Liberians. It only explains what the government should do. And after reading the article, I come to the conclusion and the understanding that articles of Constitution in themselves do not fulfill themselves. It is the people of the Republic that it is built upon to fulfill each article in their constitution. If that article cannot be fulfilled by the citizen, it is the responsibility of the citizen to peacefully request the amendment of that said article of the Constitution. And also, it is upon the people of that republic to enforce the article, because articles do not enforce themselves. So if the Ministry of Education is not activating the article, the citizen must activate the article. I hope Pastor Patient went up. I hope
I'm here. Thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you. Thank you. Kwame, you want to respond to that? Is there anything in that Article 6 that needs a reform? I can hear you, Kwame.
Big time. Hello?
Yeah, we can hear you.
Yeah, sure. So it has to be that article need to be amended. It need to be the final title provision need to be reformed. has to do with extent of resources. And look, participation. That's where our corporate politicians are hiding behind those blanket and vague articles in the Constitution. That's what they are stealing. How can the article say with the extent of resources? Are you
Mhm.
killing me? Somebody will come on and say, look, we don't have money. That's why we can't refugee when they get one high school.
Yeah,
If
that's
somebody will
happening.
come on and say, oh, we don't have money. That's why Papakon is Real Marshall Road. Real Marshall Road, that few meters, that few miles away from Mosagado, does not have zinc. The building is dilapidated. So that constitution, that portion that has to do with the external resources need to be reformed. And number two, they're talking about in the interest of the masses. No, it's not in the interest of the masses. No. Do you know how many children roam the street of Monrovia selling? Their parents don't have money for them to go to school. School opened a few days ago. Have you asked yourself how many parents have registered their children?
Mm.
So the article itself is not effective for it. It say in the interest of the masses. Do you know what we call the masses? At
Mm.
the grassroots, those who living on less than $1 a day.
Thank you. Thank you. Okay, Griffiths, we are closing now. Your closing
Thank you.
comments, just 1 minute,
Okay.
and then right
Yeah,
after, yeah.
very fast. My brother Kwame just said it. How many children are in the street during school hour? 2021, I was in Ghana, and it was during school hour. And some youth were selling some few electronic item. It was in the suburb neighborhood in Ghana. And I was surprised because I graduated from the Ghanaian secondary school and high school. I was surprised to see students of school going age were not in school. Because in the Republic of Ghana, during school hours, I bet you go even in the village, there are no school going age students loitering around the street. The police will arrest you and they will know your parents. So when I went closer to those young school going age, I encountered them and I spoke with them. And I quickly knew that they were not Ghanaians. They came from the Sahel region, one of the
Mhm.
Mali or Mali or Niger. That's where they came from. So the people of Liberia, as I said earlier on, must activate the article in their constitution. Those articles do not activate themselves. And if there any correction need to be done, amendment, it is the people of Liberia that must activate that clause for that article to be amended and enforced. So as long as the people of Liberian are
Thank you.
not helping to enforce the article, they will still be sleeping up to 2,000 years.
Thank
Thank you.
you. Thank you.
You're welcome.
Mommy, your
So
closing comment, 1 minute.
yeah, so Pastor Patience, look, in 2011, the government came up with act, new law for education that has to do with compulsory education. I see that as a grand standing because they just write it on the book and it has not been effective. And if you look around our country today, you will see that our country, when it comes to education, is almost like socially like in South Africa that has to do with like the apartheid, where the rich will only have the ability to actually go to school. Have you asked yourself, Liberia is the oldest African republic? How come Fourier College in how come Fourier College in Sierra Leone become the first or oldest university? Just to tell you that our people were not even in the interest of the world up to now.
Mm.
Now we are saying on this platform, in this public manner, that There are laws there are laws that are on the book. There are laws, that articles within the Constitution that need to be amended, that need to be reformed. People said that the framework of the Constitution was the thread of the PRC then in those days, but now we are talking for more than 3 decades here. What are we doing for all the change laws on the book quickly? Madam Sali formed the Nigeria Review Constitutional Council or committee headed by George Leon Mususka were heading the committee. It was also VLA. They spend the taxpayer money, they get talked up to one thing they didn't change in our constitution because they know very well it was in their interest, they know very well that they were enjoying it, they couldn't allow the ordinary people to benefit from it, and now it is coming back to us. It is definitely coming back to us. So we want everyone to join this campaign that discuss the articles that are in the constitution, that are vague, that are blanket, that need to be reformed. Look, together we can make it. And indeed we can make
Amen.
it to make Nigeria a better country. Thank you very much.
Thank you so much, Kwame. And also thank you, Griffiths. I want to say thank you to our viewers all there. And it was good to have you with us again on the 45 City TV Roundtable. And this is the Constitutional Reform Forum. And we hope you can join us again. And don't forget, help us share the broadcast and make it a date on Thursday to be part of this discussion. We want to say thank you again, and we want to say have a pleasant rest of your week. This is your host, Pastor Patience.